Now this experiment is UJT characteristic. So before starting with this experiment, we should know what is UJT. UJT stands for uni-junction transistor, which is having only one junction. Okay, and uni means one, so it is having one junction. So we will try to find the characteristic of UJT, which is very different than normal transistor. Okay, so this I have done the connection. So if you can see, this is the circuit diagram. Okay, and here in the circuit diagram we are having two power supply and one voltmeter, one milliammeter, and this is our UJT, which is having one ammeter and two base 1, base 2. So if you can see, this is our one power supply, which is on the right hand side. Okay, this is our left hand side power supply. Okay, and which is called VE. This is used to give VEE, and this is our voltmeter. Which is used to measure voltage. Okay, and here we are having a milliammeter, which is used to measure the current. And this is our circuit. In this resistance is of 1 ohm is connected here, and in between these 2 points I have connected the milliammeter. Okay, so this milliammeter I have connected between these 2 points. Okay, and then voltmeter I have connected between ammeter and the ground. Okay, so this is your voltmeter, and here we have connected the VBB. This is a second battery which is connected to both the bases, and this is our UJT. Okay, so if you can see UJT, here we are having a notch. So that notch means it shows us that is a base. So this is your ammeter. Notch is the ammeter, and the remaining two will be your base. So unlike your normal transistor, which is having base, ammeter, collector, here you will be having two bases, B1 and B2, and one ammeter. Okay, so I have connected the circuit. Now we will switch it on. So I will be switching on the circuit. Okay, so I have switched on the circuit. You can look here. So all the values are 0 now, almost 0, since it is a digital one, showing 0.03 volt, that is negligible. Now how to go with this experiment? So first part in this experiment is, if you look here, you have to find VE and IB characteristic. So for that, I will keep VBB first 0, change the value of VE, take the corresponding value of IE. Okay, now after taking this reading, we have to change the value of VBB to 5 volt, and then repeat the procedure again. Then VBB 10 volt, repeat it again, then 12 and 15 volt. So you should have at least 5 set of readings. Okay, so at least 5 set of readings we want here. So for that, so first I have kept, this is my VBB. So VBB we have kept it around 0. Look at this. Now we will change the value of VE. Okay, and then we'll see how the reading goes. So when VBB is 0, if you look, your voltage is increasing and your current is also increasing. So when we increase the current, voltage, your current goes on increasing like this. You can look here, continuously increasing. So when I am increasing the voltage, my current is increasing from the start when VBB is 0. So when VB is 0, you will have almost a linear nature, and it will change. So what happens if I change the value of VBB? So if I make it VBB as 5 volt, okay, we have kept the voltage VBB as 5 volt now. Okay, and now we'll repeat the same thing again. So if I increase the voltage, and then we'll check the current. So if I increase the voltage, look at the voltage. You don't have to measure the voltage here. You have to look at the voltage at this point. So if I increase the voltage, my current is still 0, and 1.5 also I am getting still 0 current. 0 current, 0, 0 current is 0, up to 2. Now voltage goes on increasing. Now voltage is 3, but current is 0. Okay, now if I increase more, yeah, look at this point. Now instead of increasing the voltage, my voltage dropped and your current starts increasing. So earlier what happened, when I have increased the voltage with the help of this power supply, the voltage goes on increasing, but the current was zero. Okay, the current was zero. Now a point has come at which my current, when it starts increasing, my voltage will drop to lower value. So it has reached till 3 volt, then it has moved downwards to 1.16 volt. So I am not decreasing it, I am continuously increasing the voltage, but the voltage has decreased across the emitter, and you are getting the more current. So if I increase more now, my current and voltage will increase now. Okay, so this is little weird nature, and that this nature will try to see. This is the characteristic of a UJT. Okay, so this is for one reading. Now we will repeat it for 10 volt. So I will take it, this is 5. So now I will repeat it for 10. This is 10 volt. So we'll see again. Okay, so I will increase the voltage and we'll see the current, whether the current is increasing or not. Look at the current value. So current is 0, my voltage is increasing. This goes on increasing up to 3, and that for 5 volt it has dropped to 0 directly, and the current was started there. But here the still current is not starting. Up to 4, we have gone up to 4. Now 5 also not started. 6 also no. 7, 8. Yeah, now see, when it is reaching around 8, my current has jumped abruptly directly to around 4 to 5, and the voltage dropped around 1.3. Okay, so the change in the voltage, the switch in the voltage has increased. Earlier it was having a linear graph when we are VBB is 0, but when we are increasing VBB, my jump value means the voltage values goes on increasing, keeping your current constant up to a point of a voltage. Okay, and after that voltage, what happened, your voltage suddenly dropped to lower value and your current start increasing. That is the characteristic of a UJT, which is little different than the normal characteristic of a diode, of a transistor. Okay, so this characteristic we have done here. This is our first part. In the second part, what we have to do, you have to remove the current. Okay, so in the second part, we'll switch off the circuit. Now I will remove this source, and we will keep only this VBB. Okay, and we'll keep this voltmeter also, and this milliammeter. So I am removing it. So just wait a minute. Okay, now you can see this is our second part. In the second part, what we have done, we have removed this VEE. Okay, and we have connected your milliammeter here. So this is my milliammeter. Okay, and we can use your digital milliammeter also, so which is used to measure the current. And here we are having VBB. So I will change the VBB. We will measure the corresponding current. Okay, so this two things we have to do. The current passing through emitter is 0, and the voltage, we have removed the voltage. So voltage and current both are 0. So what we have done, the first part we have completed. Okay, this you have to take 5 reading. Now for the second part, to find RBB, you have to take VBB values, and then you will get the current value. So in this, what I will do, we have to just you have to increase the voltage. Okay, so from 0 we will increase the voltage and check the value of the current. So I have connected the circuit. Look at the circuit which we have done. Connection of the circuit is done. Now I am increasing the voltage here, and we will see the current. So when I increase the voltage, there is increase in the current. So you see that current is increasing. Okay, my current and voltage both are increasing. So when I am increasing the voltage, it is, if it is 1 to 2, your current is around 0.05, but when it is 1, it is around 1. Okay, when I am increasing the voltage more, suppose it's around 15, my current has increased more. So when I am increasing the current voltage, your current goes on increasing. So this is the second part. Okay, so I have got 2 types of reading. First part you will get this type of, and second you will get this for IE 0. Okay, I will get for VE open circuit, you will get 2 graph. Now we'll plot a graph. So to plot a graph, this is from the first reading, you will get the different values, and from this we will get VP value. For each graph you will get peak, this peak value. This is called valley points. So you will get this valley points for each point, for each reading, set of reading, and from there you will get you will find this table. So VP for VBB is different. So in this case VBB is 0, VBB 5 volt, VBB 10 volt, 12 volt, 15 volt, and for that what is VP point, that VP corresponding VP point I will write it here, and then we'll plot a graph of VP versus VBB. Okay, then we have to find the slope, and slope will give you the value of theta, and this is your VD, drift value. So all this value, all this calculation will do, and then we'll get all these results. Okay, so with this we have done, we will understand the characteristic of a UJT. So this is your UJT characteristic. Okay.